Mr. Schreiber, how are you doing?
I'm all good. Thank you very much, Omri. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. It's been a busy few weeks for Blings. You guys have been awarded the number one marketing tech platform by Newsplays, and then it went out on finance, and a lot of people are talking about you guys. People are saying that Ben Hotspot, there haven't been a more viral CRM marketing platform out there, so that is super exciting. How do you guys are a relatively young startup. How are how are you catching up with all the hype?
Well, it's a lot of hype, and I'm surprised for the good. It's both those things that you see on the newspapers and so many like huge brands that starts working with us on different projects. So it's very flattering. I think that, as you said, like in the world of CRM, there's kind of like every new tool improves something, but no one approached the market with, hey, we're going to change the medium. So we're not going to improve, your personalization logic behind the scenes or some data collection and enrichment. We are going to help you use a new medium to communicate with your customers. So you use different CRMs, all about text. You send a mail, you send an SMS, people need to read it. We offer them a new level of communication based on video. And I think that's offering a complete new medium of communication. There's no other technology today that can do that. That brought all of the attention.
Like before we talk about all those clients that you guys are working with in so many different industries, when you guys started talking about the MP5, a lot of people were confused. They're like, okay, we know what MP3 is, we know what MP4 is, but like, what the heck is MP5? Is this some just kind of buzzword, or are they referring to something very specific? Can you just elaborate for our audience, what this heck is MP5? MP5? I know the reporters are opportunity to ask you that all the time, but I just want the audience to kind of really understand what MP5 means. And another thing is that you guys have built it. It's a patent technology. And yeah, if you can just kind of elaborate on that, it'll be awesome.
Sure. So first and foremost, MP5 is a new technology. So it's not something that many people know because it's a new thing. And the way we look at it, it's something that if you think about the web is built, the basic technology behind the web is HTML. And you can hear from the acronym HTML, it says Hypertext Markup Language. So it's built for test. The internet was built back then for test. It was never built for video. And we built a unique technology, one of a kind, the only one in the world that creates the video when the user opens the mobile device and watch the video. Only then the video is being created on the fly. And because of that, then we can work with those companies on the features that that brings. So this is a patented technology, which we received the patent not long ago from the US administration. And what it allows brands to do is to send the same video, the same template of a video, but then the browser of the user is going to create the video. And this means that then you can plug in any kind of data or business logic or anything else, and the user will get something personalized just for him based on the data that is relevant now. So if he bought if he has some points from yesterday on his loyalty program, then he'll see the offer that is based on the actual amount of points today at this exact moment. The same video tomorrow might look differently, and when I open the video and you open the video, it will be completely different. So this is the first feature of MP5. The second feature is the interactivity. So not only the brand can tailor the video for each and every user individually, he can also let the user himself make it personal for himself because he's choosing to see something. So he's looking at the video, and the video tells and shows like two products and what is interesting for you now. And you can click on the video. There's no similar level of interactivity today in the market for videos because they're all built on current technology of MP4. But because of the MP5, now you can click on the video and the video changes immediately and you go to a new branch.
That is quite interesting because when you look at reports, it seems that everyone is going into that interactive video landscape. You saw Netflix when you try to do like interactive TV shows or interactive games where the user is able to participate. And I would think about something like this to first be adopted by B2C kind of like consumer product. And you guys are bringing it into like the B2B landscape, right? How do you like it? Isn't that crazy? Because like usually you would expect, TikTok to come up with something like that or, Instagram, but you guys are doing it before them. How can you explain that?
I think it's an interesting question. Lots of technologies started from B2B or B2C, but working with businesses, because at the end you need to think about the gain that you get, the actual value that you can get from this investment. So if you want to create just one video, that's easier than creating a video that branches to different people. So to justify the extra effort, you need to understand what it will bring you. And we see that interactivity, people today, they never saw that. They never saw a video that you can click on, but it's at the same time so obvious that's how things should work like. So you see the video and you start interacting with the video. And what's interesting that we see from the data is that it's not even about choosing the right product. It's about starting becoming more immersed in the experience or more engaged because you did something very simple. And I think this is a practice that many websites have. They tell you click here and then you go to the next page, but you're already there. You already interacted. You're not super passive. We just allow that in video. And those are like 60 seconds videos or 30 seconds videos. It's not like a full length feature from Netflix.
In the recent loyalty 360 event in the US, you got everybody in Santa Blings, everybody was super excited. There was so much case studies and people were like, I think Blings was that one of the most talked about a tech startup out there. And just the collaboration that you guys have and your client list, which is simply remarkable, we're talking about McDonald's, we're talking about Mercedes, we're talking about NBA teams, we're talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers, we're talking about the Detroit Pistons. I used to be a basketball player, so just hearing those names and you guys collaborating with those people is simply remarkable. What do you think helped you guys gain such an amazing client list so early on? What kind of like business decks or business models or go-to-market models have you guys been using?
We offer something that is very easy to say yes to. Imagine that you're a big brand with a huge list in your CRM or CDB. And I'm telling you, you're doing something today. So let's say you have a journey of every new user that is onboarding to your platform, sending something. Or every dormant user that wasn't interacting with your tool for the last 2 months, let's send him something to remind him that about a new feature. You already have all of those channels of communication. And I'm coming to you and telling you, don't replace anything in the technology. Don't do any integration. It's very easy. Just replace the content of the mail. Instead of showing paragraphs of text and some images, like 99% of the mails today are, put there our MP5 video and just test it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but it does work. So people test it and then they become loyal clients. And we're so happy to have, some of the names you mentioned came to the Loyalty 360 event and even like talked about Blings. We were very honored to have like Live Nation as an example. Evan from Live Nation, thank you very much. This is coming to the event and telling your experience how Live Nation got like value from using this technology.
Do you think, so basically, there's kind of like this in marketing, in the marketing landscape, there's this kind of like threshold where when a certain amount of people in the industry adapt a certain marketing solution, then everyone needs to adapt the same marketing solution in order to be competitive. I'll give you an example. So think about it like this, when Salesforce started, right? If not, of course, they're finding the first CRM databases. They were competing with Oracle and, and with several other companies in the early 90s. Once, and I think the number is about right, but don't get this number wrong, but I think once a certain industry, let's say, for example, let's say you're selling, you're selling, some sort of automobile SaaS product for, for vehicle owners, okay? And, across the board, there are over 30% of the industry and about doing adapting Salesforce. So they're using CRM and is giving them an advantage. Then the other 70% have to adapt. They need to have or a certain, another CRM that is similar to Salesforce or use Salesforce because they're not going to be able to compete because the people we're seeing the same thing with ChatGPT, right? At the start, people were, you have, people were obviously ChatGPT was a very viral, a very small product market space. But you can see that now everyone has to use ChatGPT just to compete, right? To use the ad. When do you think in your industry, where do you think your specific media solution, when do you think that threshold will start hitting? And how quickly do you think people are going to start to implement and utilize it? And when people will be starting to say, hey, like, we're not going to send just long form text emails anymore. Like, it has to have Blings inside, it has to have video.
That's a great question. It goes to our strategy decisions. And we think about it a lot. And we didn't choose the vertical solution path. So we today work with industries from health insurers to sports teams to e-commerce, loyalty, banks, etc., etc. So many different kinds of customers. And we do that because we believe that that will, at the end, go everywhere. And building a very focused vertical solution would have helped us to go to the place where everyone has the same thing and must have Blings because all of the friends and they want to stay competitive. I can say that we started seeing this. I want Blings because my friend have. So we see that. So this is in some smaller markets or some sub-industry where people see in, for example, this event that you mentioned, Loyalty 360. So this is for loyalty. So some clients that have like a loyalty program started to talk about it, but I believe that will grow quite fast next year, 2026, based on what we see now, and also based on a new tool that we are about to release that is going to give a self-serve kind of solution for smaller companies just to log in and do everything self-serve. And I think that will be increasing this growth.
That's awesome. There's definitely going to be a lot of hype about this product. Obviously, we don't want to talk too much about it, as there's going to be a whole launch around it, and we'll want to see some of those really juicy, detailed information for that. Yonatan, like, when you look at brands, you're a very smart guy, you're super intelligent, me and you was talking in the past, and I know that you have the tendency to look at other brands and kind of see what they're doing and see if there's like something that you guys can replicate or take to the next level. What are some other brands that you're looking at? It could be in the marketing tech space or the CRM space, where you're like me, like you're doing a good job, and you guys basically want to take some of those strategies, know the ideas, or how they're now positioning the product in the same ways. Or some of those companies that you look at currently.
Great question. So today we're looking at a company, for example. So we have some that we are following. The first one is Klaviyo, that did a great job in the CRM world, a very saturated market, but they managed to build just a better product that many of our clients say we use Klaviyo because, or we want to use Klaviyo based on what we currently have because of just better tool set, better features, better UX. I think that's very nice. Another example might be Typeform, that is a very nice product that we learn from the model and strategies. But I want to highlight Synthesia.
Mm.
So they're like an amazing startup that started doing video AI that creates a.
They're also our client, by the way. They're our Tauberlar. So,
Didn't need that.
you know,
So they had a very fast growth because of some very clever viral loops. So imagine creating a video. What will be the use case? You don't know yet. You just think it's very cool. So you create a video and then you send that to a couple of your friends. And people see the video and they see the logo, the watermark of Synthesia at the bottom, and they click and start using again. So this viral loop is very successful, and we will launch soon, coming soon, like an AI component that can create videos. And I think this is a game changer in the world of video creation, all based off our technology. Only our technology can do this kind of video creation, that the video itself will be motion graphics with the ability to actually edit the content, not just like a generative AI that does a video that you cannot control. And this is a growth loop. But even today, we work with brands. They send our videos to the scale of millions. Some of those millions are people that have a company, and they see the logo at the bottom of Blings. They click and they start asking themselves, hey, what is Blings? I want the same thing for my completely different business, which we saw a couple of times at the past, and we'll continue doing that.
That's those types of marketing hacks are amazing in terms of kind of like the people talk about like product led marketing and like this type of stuff where people can actually share and they want to share, right? Because the video is easy to consume, it's fun to consume, and they want to send it to their friends. So I'm super excited to see how and I'm going to I'm sure it's gonna work out. It's gonna be a big uplift for Blings. You're a busy man. Is that, you're the CEO of this fast growing company. You have, employees, you have clients, you have prospects. How do you make sure you prioritize the most important things each day? Like, what's your mentality around that?
Um, well, that's the biggest question every CEO asks himself.
Okay.
It's being there with the people. So being there with the employees, working with them, it could be just standing behind their shoulder and looking at what they do, and grasping or understanding what is the most important topic for the company at the moment. And that changes every couple of weeks. But every time you need to go into the trenches, see the problem from a strategic level, and start building the strategy around it.
Great. Any ways that you guys use AI in your business, like internally? Like, do you guys use ChatGPT? Like, how do you guys utilize AI in the day-to-day operation?
Well, I want to tell you something personal. I have been to this group of CEOs from one of the VCs that invested in us, very top quality companies there. And one of the CEOs said, I was thinking about implementing AI in my company, but my CTO resisted or said it's not relevant, so it's not going to work. So maybe my next startup will have AI. And I heard that and I realized that he's in a deep problem. So we once I understood that, I grouped the entire company and said, we're going to be AI first company on everything. So we have a weekly every week talking about the updates of everyone from his department. We always start this with, hey, this is a cool AI tool. Some of the guys show that to the company. I'm using that for this and that. And then, so we get updates. And then we did a hackathon that every team in the company needs to build something that is going to help Bling's success based on AI. And we have this internal tool that is super sophisticated, that enables personalization and interactivity with code, with data, all of those stuff. And this is a very advanced tool, not that easy to use. So one of the teams actually did AI agents that you can write and type into the platform, and it will update the video and the logic and everything based on your prompt. So that's one of the examples. But we use this every day. We're super excited to use all of the new tools. Deep research helps a lot. The new agent. So even another example, we just create help center. So we used Gitbook to build an help center, not launched yet. Instead of actually writing something like 60 different pages, a technical writer, we used the agent to read everything about Blings, read some good help centers of other SaaS companies, compile it down, convert it to Markdown, upload it to Gitbook, and now we have a help center in an effort of a day.
This is incredible, and this is such a remarkable. This is remarkable. There's just so many exciting things to look forward to. I'm super excited to the next launch that Blings are going to have, which is going to be a self-service tool that I can start setting my brand, they can start using it, and it's just gonna take it from there. Do you know like when that will probably when the launch will be? Do you have kind of like a ballpark next month, 2 months? What you
Going to be in a very fast-paced kind of product, so it's going to launch in a month or two.
Cool, amazing, awesome. Yonatan, thank you so much for being on the show. Super excited. And we'll hopefully get you on the show after we do the launch.
Thank you very much for hosting me, Omri.
Thanks, man.